Today we're going to show you how to unbox and assemble the Zoomy Leisure Kids Aluminum Balance Bike. So here's the box that you'll get in the post. We'll start by opening it up and taking everything out. There we go. We have a packet with the user guide as well as some parts and some fasteners and a few tools. Handlebars. Two sets of wheels. These wheels are exactly the same. One seat. The fork. And our frame. Okay, so let's get the box out of the way. And we'll start assembling everything. So the first thing to do is to assemble the rear wheel into the frame. So we'll start by loosening the bolts on the rear wheel. You don't have to take them off, just make them nice and loose. And grab the frame. Make sure that the writing is the right side up. Okay, and then stick the wheel into the frame. Okay. The one thing we want to pay attention to is if you notice on the wheel there's a key and there's a hole here. So we want to make sure that that key goes into the hole while we're sliding everything into place. It can be a little bit fidgety, okay, but we can get it in there. Okay, and we do that on the other side as well. Loosen that up nicely. And get that key into place. Now these keys here are a very important safety feature because what they're going to do is in case these bolts loosen themselves up, the key will hold the wheel in place so it doesn't fall off. Okay, we'll grab one of our spanners and we'll tighten these up nicely so the wheel's not going to go anywhere. It's nice and tight and the wheel spins nicely. Okay. Now the next step is to assemble the front wheel into the fork. Okay. Now it doesn't really matter which wheel you pick because they're both exactly the same. Okay. Loosen up the bolts just like we did before. Okay. And assemble that in, making sure that key goes into the hole again, just like that. Okay, do that for both sides. As you can see, it can sometimes be a bit fidgety. Once it's in, we tighten the bolts by hand, and then once again, tighten them up. The next step is to assemble the front wheel and the handlebar into the frame. The first thing we'll do is grab these two parts, slide one into the bottom of the frame and the other one into the top of the frame, like that. Okay. Then grab our wheel, stick it through the frame, like that. Grab this O-ring, stick it onto the top of the wheel, and grab your handlebars, take the cover, slide them onto the handlebars, making sure it's the right way around, and then slide the handlebars into the wheel. Now you notice there's a series of cutouts there, so we want to line those up. Okay, and now we're going to tighten everything in place. So we'll grab one of these bolts. Okay, loosen it up, grab the bolt. Now, one of the things I like to do is assemble the bottom one first, okay? The reason being is it's a little bit of a tight space there to work with, and you'll find that it's a lot easier to tighten everything up if we do the bottom one first. So we'll slide that bolt into place. It can be a little bit fidgety. Once we got that in place, okay, we'll put the bolt on the back, the nut on the back, and we'll tighten it by hand. Grab the Allen key and tighten that nut. Okay, so this is what I meant by when I said do the bottom one first, because you can see that it's a little bit tricky to do this. And if the top one was in the way, it would be even more tricky. Okay, so that's a little nice and tight now. So the next step is to grab the next bolt, stick it through, and then tighten it as well. Grab our spanner and make sure that's nice and tight. Okay, and then slide the cover down, and that's the front wheel assembled. So the last step is to grab the seat and assemble the seat. So we'll grab the quick release clamp, open it up, loosen it up a little bit, slide it onto the seat post there, okay, and then slide the seat into place. Now what we want to do is grab our Allen key and tighten this clamp using the Allen key or your hand until it's just a little bit tight. Okay, and then once that's done, line the seat up, get it to the height you want it to be at, and then close that quick release clamp. Now I haven't really tightened it enough, so I'm going to undo that, tighten it a little bit more. Okay, we'll do that with the Allen key. Because what we don't want to do is to have this seat move while your child's riding, and so we want to make it so it's a little bit tight. Okay, we got that in place. You can see we do have to squeeze this quite hard. The nice thing about this is it's going to make it very difficult for your child to undo it while they're riding, but it's also going to stay securely in place. There we go. The seat's nice and sturdy now. Okay, so there you have it. There's the Zoomy balance bike all ready to go. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us at info@zoomy.com.au.